Anthony, planning on buying his first home this fall, but wants to know how to figure how much, Randy, how much of a home he can afford to buy. In this email, he
Mhm.
says, is there a calculator online of any kind that he could go to?
There might be, but it's basically we do as high as 55% of your total debt to income. Um, but as a rule, most people stay in the 40% range. So, for example, on a $2,000 mortgage payment, all payments, all in, everything, car payment, all the above, if it's $2,000 total, they make $5,000 gross. So that's kind of the rule of thumb. Or so that's usually what we work off. But again, we can go as high as 55%, and in some cases, VA even a little bit higher than that. But
But you have to factor in student loans in some cases, right? It's a whole
everything
other,
all
yeah,
in.
okay.
Yeah, the problem
Yes,
with those online calculators are that you can fudge the numbers to make it look good for yourself. It's kind of
that's right.
reinforcing belief. You're like, well, yeah, I could do this if I did this.
Yes,
But if you
Yeah.
have a loan officer asking you the specific questions that may actually determine
right.
affordability, then you probably want to speak to a human and not a robot who's just giving you an average
All right.
versus real.
Here's the other weakness, and it really isn't, and I think people on the show want to know this, is you have a lot of loan officers that will make the property tax a whole lot less than the homeowner's insurance. And then when they go to the closing table, as Greg has alluded, then it's a surprise. So make sure that you really have accurate homeowners insurance and property tax
Because
when
there,
you're thinking about buying.
the reason I say that is we've had, and I go on my tangents here about these big.com home
Mm-hmm.
sellers.
Yeah.
You know them all,
Yep,
the
yep.
big few
Yeah.
that you're going to run to search for your home, and now all of a sudden they're doing loans and loan calculations, but they're based off of a very average set of national numbers, very surface level dive, and then you will go say, oh, I can afford a house. And we had a client who went to one of these sites and thought that they could afford a house. Did not. We urged them to speak with our lenders who we trust. They decided to still go with that .com because they were offering these great deals. They wrote an offer on the house, went to actually put the application in. We're excited. We're getting all these pieces together with moving vans and letting their lease know that they're getting ready to be done. And they get there to the nth hour, and lo and behold, they should never have been approved. We sent them to Randy, I think, actually to look at it. And Randy, I think your response to us was, "I have no idea how this big box was
I
able
remember
to
that. I
approve
do
them,"
Yeah.
recall.
and it caused a lot of sadness and anger from the buyer, all because of this big letter company that's decided to give you an automated
Yeah.
approval, and it was worth nothing.
Wasn't worth it.